going to be an amazing morning. And we're going to talk about a few things that are important in our community. But what is community? What is community? The first panel is about community. What is community? Talking about community and trying to find a common ground in community is much like talking about food. If I'm going to say I love bread, my wife is going to get upset because I have diabetes. If I talk about pastries, same thing. If I talk about spices, there are probably some of you that can't take it. So you see, in food, there are items that some people like and other people don't. That doesn't stop us from eating, does it? If I talk about community, if I think of community, the only comparison that I can come up with is a supermarket. A supermarket that has spices, sweets, bread, and everything that you need to make whatever food you want. And if the supermarket is organic, then we like it even better. But if the supermarket has not such quality food and items that are to be used for preparing the food, then that market is no longer sought after, right? I believe it is up to us, each one of us, to bring what's best to the table and make our community one of the best supermarkets in the world. That is what I wish for, that is what I pray for the Romanian community here in Chicago. We have some amazing speakers, and because I want to be shorter than usual, it's going to be hard, as I always talk about. I jotted down some ideas here so I can better introduce you our speakers for today. And first, I'm going to present them all, and then I'm going to ask them to say a few things, and then we will be taking some questions. The first one that I want to introduce to you is Honorable Dana Bucin. She's an attorney specializing in immigration law. Professionally, she represents clients with a wide range of employment-based and family-based immigration matters. She has been appointed by the government of Romania's Ministry of Foreign Affairs as the Honorary Consul of Romania in Connecticut and was confirmed by the United States Department of State in March of 2018. Congratulations.
Thank you.
As Honorary Consul of Romania, Ms. Bucin continues to develop cross-border business exchanges with Romania, and at the same time, she cares about enhancing the economic, educational, and cultural visibility of Romanians in Connecticut. Needless to say, Ms. Bucin is a prominent figure in the Romanian American community of Connecticut and beyond. She often participates in community events, offering her expertise on immigration issues and supporting initiatives that promote cultural integration and community development. Dana Bucin is highly regarded for her dedication to her profession as well as to her community, making significant contributions through her legal practice and consular role. Ms. Bucin is also a pillar in the efforts to include Romania in the visa waiver program, and she will talk about this later. And as such, she will also be part of the breakout session later on today to talk more in detail about her work and what we can do to help in this project. Welcome.
Thank you so much. That was an amazing bio. I've never heard it so good anywhere else. Thank you.
You deserve it. We're privileged to have you here. Thank you for coming. Then right next to me, we have a young man, Theodore Stan, who is an experienced journalist and social scientist. He is the initiator of the first 5 national conferences of Romanian American professionals in Washington, D.C., starting out in 2019 and all the way through 2023, where like-minded professionals gather to share knowledge and experience with younger aspiring professionals. He established nationwide scientific diaspora councils in order to map the current expertise and peer support mechanisms that nurture the integration and positive visibility of Romanian American immigrants' contributions to their host communities. Mr. Stan is here representing FORA, the Federation of Romanian American Organizations, an umbrella organization that unites 30 member and affiliate entities in a single collaboration forum for mutual support. FORA strives to speak with one voice in representing the interests of its members, in its interaction with the American stakeholders, as well as with officials from Romania and Republic of Moldova. Mr. Theodor Stan is also the founding president of the Immigration Research Forum. The Immigration Research Forum is an independent, non-partisan, non-political, not-for-profit organization established in Washington, D.C., dedicated to the research of transatlantic immigration, the social integration of immigrants, and their impact on host communities and countries of origin. IRF's focus is on research, educational, and civic action, while being devoted to fostering an in-depth understanding of the factors which promote the successful integration and upward social mobility of immigrants within our nation of nations. Welcome, Theodore. Welcome. It's an honor to be here. And then we have an older friend of mine, Nicolae Popescu. Nick. Friends call him Nick, so please call him Nick. Nick has become known in the Romanian and Moldovan communities for being the man that started from the ground level and built a business through which he is now creating opportunities for people who don't mind working hard, are honest, and are also willing to learn. Nick holds a degree in transportation engineering and management from the Technical University of Moldova. Seeking better opportunities, he moved to the United States in 2010. 2 years later, he earned his CDL, commercial driver's license, and entered the trucking industry as a driver. Just after another 2 years, Hermes MVC Corp was born, marking the beginning of an exciting journey. Today, as the co-founder and head of logistics operations, he focuses on ensuring the satisfaction of both customers and drivers. Involved in his community, Nick has been a member of the parish council of Saint Athanasius the Great, Romanian Orthodox Church, Saint Athanasius the Great, for 5 consecutive years and has served as the council president for the last 4 years. Throughout his 14 years in the United States, he has been actively involved in numerous charitable, educational, and cultural projects, both in the United States and in Moldova, representing either his co-founded company or the church of which he is a member. Mr. Nick Popescu is also part of Romotana, the Romanian and Moldovan Trucking Association of North America, a dynamic, not-for-profit trade association committed to promoting and supporting the investment of Romanian and Moldovan American in the trucking industry of North America. Welcome, Nick. Thank you. Most know me. But for those that do not, I'm going to take a minute to introduce myself. If you would remember only one thing about me, I would like to be known for turning the negative circumstances of my early youth into a positive outcome to the best of my abilities. In early fall of 1982, at the age of 17, I was stripped of my Romanian citizenship while still living in Romania, only because my parents had the audacity to request passports and permission to legally immigrate to the United States. After almost 2 years of mistreatment and harassment by the communist authorities, we all finally arrived in the United States, and in July of 1984, we landed here as political refugees. Shortly thereafter, the Romanian in me, even stripped of the Romanian citizenship, started a path of community work, initiating and establishing the Mihai Eminescu Library in a Romanian church in Detroit in October 1984. In the summer of 1985, our family moved to Southern California. I continued to stay very active in the Romanian community, and a year later was recruited to the leadership team that founded the Eastern European Friendship Organization in Los Angeles, based on an interdenominational Christian approach and principles of inclusion based on unity in diversity and the common ground of Christian faith. In the summer of 1987, I moved to Chicago, where I quickly stole the most precious heart that I have ever met, got married in only 3 months, and have been happily married to Simona ever since. Together, we have been blessed with 2 amazing daughters who are now married and have given us the joy and the blessing of grandparenting 2 precious, beautiful, and smart granddaughters. One is almost 6, and the other one 2.5. With another grandbaby boy coming next month from our second daughter. Out of the need to have a printed form of communication in the Romanian community of Chicago, with the gracious support of my highly educated wife, I started Center Focus Publishing in the summer of 1995 as a Romanian-American publishing house and network provider. We published the first ever and the only in-depth Romanian-American community guide and directory, Romanian-American Yellow Pages, in 5 consecutive editions: 99, 2001, 2002, 2004, 2007, and then Google came around, so we kind of sat and watched. We also published the Romanian Impact magazine for 7 years, from 2001 to 2008. We founded the Romanian Heritage Library and Research Center in December of 2002. We then founded and organized the largest ever Romanian Heritage Festival in Chicago 4 years consecutively between 2010 and 2013. We then created the Biserici.us network, a platform for all Romanian churches of all denominations, in 2016. We founded then a new not-for-profit organization, the Romanian Heritage Center for Cultural Anthropology, on July 1st of 2020. And in less than 2 years, in April of 2022, by the grace of God, we bought a building for it, making it the first Romanian not-for-profit owned building in the Chicago area other than churches. We published the first ever encyclopedia of Romanian churches in the United States in December of 2023, only because of our interpersonal relationships with the leaders of all the associative organizations of churches and of all churches of all Christian denominations. Through my experience and the years of service, I came to genuinely appreciate and love all those who love God, serve the church in all denominations, and serve the community. And now, just to save the date, mark your calendars for August 28th, when by the grace of God, we will be opening a completely rebranded library and museum exhibit in the new home of the Romanian Heritage Center, recently acquired building in the States. I said more about me than I said about my guests, but I figured I introduced you 3 guests, so I kind of had to match. I thank you for choosing to be with us today. I know you could have done a lot of things, but you chose to be here. And if I nailed it, I'm going to say that you came here with an interest. We all have an interest. We all want to see our community flourish. We all want to see our people advance. And I take great pride when I see Romanians in high positions, regardless of where they are. I was honored to hear that an attorney that was very successful in Connecticut was elected to be representing economical, cultural affairs between Romania and the United States. So I bring the mic back to you. Jean, again, welcome.
Thank you again.
Donna, you've been at it for a while. If there would be one thought that you would start in talking about community, how do you see community? You've been involved, you've done a lot. How do you see community? What does community mean to you?
I think you gave us the answer. I actually jotted down when I heard you talk about unity in diversity. That's what community is for me. Acting according to our common values and common heritage, and recognizing that while we're not all the same, we all have common interests and we should come together. We should focus on what brings us together and not obsess over what divides us. And I just want to say, community is what I saw when I landed here in Chicago. From the moment I landed and I hit centers like Rocco, and I talked to our RUF volunteers and Archer people, and then here at the Academy with all of you, I see community. I'm not only one big community, I see smaller communities choosing to freely collaborate with each other. And all of it in unity, while understanding that we have differences, but we choose to collaborate. And that's what it is to me to be inside a community. I come from a smaller community in Connecticut. We're not nearly as big as you. We're a small hand of Romanians, but very visible. And the reason we're visible is because we're united, mostly united. Unity is a work in progress. Don't ever think that we're ever gonna get there 100%. But because we're united and we show up in support of each other in Connecticut, so I'm gonna describe what I know, because I've seen the same thing even at a bigger scale here in Chicago. But in Connecticut, we're a small hand of Romanians, and we managed to unite as you could say, the official consulate. I'm an honorary consul. I'm nowhere near an official career governmental consul. But still people look up to me as the consular authority in Connecticut. So let's just say I'm that. So I am the consulate, then there's the churches, a variety of churches of all denominations. And then there's the nonprofit sector, the NGO sector. And we've all come together, just like you have here, and we've managed to work towards unity. And in so doing, we managed to be more visible to the local population than if we were taking issues with each other's differences. So for example, we managed together to pass 4 different laws in Connecticut that benefit the Romanian community. To put that into perspective, just imagine that 7,000 Romanians, nowhere near your 100 and what thousand?
180.
180,000, go Chicago. Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you coming back?
Yes.
Hopefully nothing
Businessman has to attend his business. You're excused, right? Continue, please.
And so just making sure he's okay. Is anyone trained in something here? Is anyone a trained medical professional?
Anyone with trained medical?